Hello, Golf R world. Just a couple of days before the Golf R is supposed to be here. As you can see, still quite a bit of work to do in the garage to get it ready to hold her. Got some plans on what to do with this stuff though, so should be ready in time. Wanted to take a moment to introduce you to somebody. This is Samantha. Everybody calls her Sam. Me and Sam met 14 years ago, original owner. My first new car purchase. Only new car purchase, as a matter of fact. And she has been in a few scrapes, but in the 14 years I've never had a single problem, just a rock solid Tacoma. Gonna miss her a lot, but haven't decided gonna sell her or trade her in for the Golf R, but don't really have room to keep her around the house. Man, 14 years, she needs a little bit of a bath. We're gonna take care of that today and get her ready to go. So I finished getting Sam cleaned up, and I pretty much decided, or was at least leaning towards, just trading her in so I didn't have to worry about the hassle of trying to sell it and deal with buyers and stuff like that. But the wife kind of talked me into just kind of putting a feeler out there on Craigslist just to see what the kind of reaction was, or if I got anything immediate before I went down to the dealership. So I snapped a couple photos, put it up on Craigslist, and she sold within 13 minutes. And I guess that's kind of a testament to Tacomas, right? I had about 8 offers within that 13-minute time period. Ended up going with a guy from Colorado who sent me a confirmation of his plane ticket down to get her, and I'm actually on the way to the airport to pick him up now. So kind of a close of a 14-year chapter. Gonna miss Samantha. She's been a fantastic truck, but with 2 kids and the extended cab, just time to move on to something else, and excited in the next couple days to pick up that Golf R. There goes Sam. She's leaving. I'm never gonna see her again. So Sam has been gone for a couple of days now, and I think it's one of those things where you don't really know how much you love something until it's gone. But I feel like the guy that ended up buying her was pretty in love with her, so I think she found a good home. And on a brighter note, the dealership just called and we're going to pick up the Golf R. I think I see it. I think that's it right there next to that white van. Yep, pretty sure it is. Got temp tags on it.
Somebody's coming right toward us. Smoothie truck.
Holy smokes, that is a nice looking car. Okay. Picked her up. Whew. Just real quick, immediate first impressions. This thing has 1,000 buttons. Like, the Tacoma was from a kind of a different generation of vehicle, and I think I had some AC and some radio buttons, and this thing has, you know, just looking around, 40 some odd buttons, probably 3 dozen sub menus. So it's going to take a while and some manual reading, I think, to get used to all this. So that's kind of the first thing that kind of jumped out at me as being a lot different. The white was way more gorgeous than I expected. It is it actually kind of sparkles a little bit more than I was anticipating. I was thinking more of a flat white, but it's kind of got a metallic kind of shine to it. Don't get me wrong, I like it. It's just something I wasn't expecting. It's gorgeous. I'll do some close-up shots later on in the video, so maybe hopefully we can capture some of that. I'm in comfort mode right now. I thought that was probably good to start off with, just kind of get used to her. I was fortunate enough to be able to test drive one of these, actually, because someone had brought it in slightly used, a 2017 model, so I did get to take one of these for a test drive. So I know that this was a good fit for me, driving it around a little bit before I actually bought it, but I'm still not very comfortable with this. It's a lot different than what I've been driving for the last 14 years, but it feels great. The seat just fits like a glove. I'm 5'6", about 145, so I'm a little below average for the average American guy, but I've got lots of room in here. I kind of felt like even if I was closer to 6 foot, I would still be pretty comfortable in this seat. But I think if you were a little bit more on the bigger side, maybe this would be something that might be concerning to you a little bit. What else? The steering wheel feels fantastic. Just something about it makes you want to just kind of turn into things a little bit more aggressively, which I know this car is going to be able to do in spades. AC is all set up. The console is beautiful. I can already see, based on some of the other videos that I've watched, that this piano gloss that is inside the interior here is definitely showing some fingerprints already and some dust, and the car is not even, I mean, you can literally see I just drove it off the lot and we're already picking up some stuff. So definitely going to have to keep a cloth or something to take care of that. She sounds really good. The exhaust just kind of has this low rumble that lets you know that this car has some business that it wants to attend to if you so desire. I'm probably smiling a lot. This has been something I've been thinking about doing for a long time, and it's pretty awesome that it's finally happened. Let's see what this can do. Man, she just grips just a lot more than the truck. The truck would roll, like you could feel yourself kind of going over because it was a lot taller, and this doesn't want to do that at all. So what else? She lets in a fair amount of road noise, like from the bottom, but not in a negative way necessarily. It's almost like she's letting in the right kind of noises to kind of like let you know what's going on with the road. I know that's probably not a very good explanation, but it's not like just super annoying road noise. It's like informational road noise. Oh wow, the assisted cruise control that will decelerate the vehicle just kicked in for the first time as a car just kind of cut me off there, and the car just kind of took care of things for me and slowed down. That was kind of neat. I'll probably do a little bit of a video about that later on in some more detail, but that was kind of a neat effect there. It felt pretty intuitive. It didn't like alarm me or anything, but I also knew that the car has the capability, but worked flawlessly. AC is rocking really cold, and I've always been really kind of sensitive about the fan noise in the ACs in cars, and the fans inside this are just absolutely bone dead silent. I can't hear them at all, which is really nice. I've got it on the auto setting right now, set to 68, and I can't hear anything. I imagine if I turn the fan speed up quite a bit though, that you probably still hear it. Let's see if I can get it to blow real hard. Even when it's, oh, there we go. Yeah, she blows pretty hard. It's noisy like that, but on the auto setting for a reasonable temperature, I can't hear whatsoever. She moves. I had to accelerate just a moment ago, getting on the highway. There was some traffic and people not driving very smart, and had to kind of get on the throttle a little bit. And she's definitely not the truck. She'll get up and go. But I think I've got her in comfort now, and she's got a little bit of braking period. I'm going to read more about that in the manual, but I'm probably going to take it pretty easy on her for a while, just to make sure that braking period is acknowledged and that goes smoothly. So it's kind of just my initial overview and thoughts, just getting into her the first time and driving her for this couple of minutes, and we'll take her around to look on the outside here in just a moment. Well, here she is. Don't have a name for her yet. She is absolutely gorgeous. Now the car is off right now. I don't know if you can hear that on the video, but there's still a fan running. I'm not sure what that's about. I guess I'll read about that more in the manual. Maybe she's got a cool off period of some kind where she runs for a little bit. I guess I'm pretty sure the car's still off. I mean, yeah, she's off. Oh yeah, okay. The fan just died down, so I guess she has a little bit of a cool down period. And she is in the back. Tint turned out pretty good. They didn't have the exact percentages I want, so I went Texas legal in the front, which is 25%, and then the back is 15. I wanted to do 25 and 20, but they didn't have the 20, but it was included with the car, so I just ended up going with the 15, and I think it turned out really well. And let's go see what the girls think about this. What do you think's out there?